managing my plants within my pond and the impact of heat on my pond. Stay tuned. Hi everybody, welcome again to another episode of Fish Keeping Jamaica. Welcome to my channel. A few months ago I shared with you that I purchased some nice, what do you call it, water lotus. I don't want to make any mistake, right? Cool. So I purchased a few. I purchased probably about 4. I ended up with probably about 20 something. But this is what I never expected, guys. I never expected my water lettuce, they float, to be actually dissolving in the water. Yeah. So you see me covering the ponds with pieces of board, right? Looks really untidy, but there's a reason for that. These water lettuce are actually melting in the water, and the reason why they are melting, guys, is because of the heat. I remember I shared with you in a subsequent video that one of the disadvantages of having these plants within your system is that they actually add to your bioload. Now here is the evidence. Now as the outer leaf actually decays, become, what I call it now, yeah, a part of the bioload, you find that nitrates and nitrites, bioload actually increase, and it poses a problem. However, I had added some amount of Elodea Densa to the pond, and they are actually thriving. And what I have realized is that the algae is actually being grasped by the roots of the water lotus, and I also have some amount of hornworts also, right? Right. I realize that the algae is affecting the lettuce and not so much um the Elodea densa and the hornwort. So that's kind of good for me, right? In this pond I have some baby fish, and I just placed them about 14 of them in here. I think it's Janai, yeah, Janai or Kenny, one of the two I have here. All right, so the next part of my video, I'm sharing with you management of your plant. Now sometimes this is one of the hardest parts to do, especially for those persons watching. They might say, wow, and I need those plants. And sometimes you have to actually show out some of these plants, especially the Elodea densa. If you have I have not been managing this pond really well. I was looking for some babies, realized that they are not forthcoming, but I have not been managing this pond well, right? So what I'm going to be doing now, I'm going to be releasing some of the water. I'm not going to change 100%. I'm going to be releasing some of the water. The Elodea densa, it's behind the water lotus, and what you find is that they are growing, and they are growing really, really fast, right? Elodea densa can adjust itself in the sense that it can go very slowly depending on light. It can go very fast depending on light. It can also, because of the availability of nutrients within the water, it will actually go out of proportion and actually stifling even your fish, not allowing them enough space to swim. For the past couple of days, I've realized that some of my fish have been swimming at the top, and I've been wondering why is it that they're at the top like that. And only to check this morning, I realized that the Elodea densa, along with the lettuce plant, the roots, have actually taken up a greater portion of the pond. And so what I'm going to be doing now, right, is to, yeah, I have a valve at the back of each pond, Alright, so I have a valve. Instead of siphoning out the water or bailing out the water, taking a container and getting rid of the water, I have a valve in which I'm going to be turning on, well, opening, should I say, right? And so all of the ponds have the valve, right? So I have a valve in which I turn on, and the water is going to come out at this space, and I have a breadfruit tree there, and the breadfruit tree roots are all over the place. So this water is actually going to serve as a means of watering my breadfruit tree. I wanted to start a garden here, but right now, honestly, I'm just concentrating on the ponds and getting the breadfruit fruits to actually stay on the tree. As for, and I'm just tempted to do a full 100% water change, but I'm not going to do that. It's very time consuming, right? Sometimes you have to even clip the roots of the lettuce plant so as to disallow it from being too what I call it now, too spread out in the pond. As a result, the fish wouldn't have much space. The fish doesn't have much space to actually swim. So I took off a piece of the root, and I am doing that the same thing for here. Alright, where I'm just taking a piece of the root off. Alright, so it still floats, it's still alive, it's still going on okay. I won't even fool around those. My concentration is to get it covered, probably tap a little water in it, and see if they can actually come back, because as you can see, it's not that the inner section have actually died, it's the outer leaf that gives it hope that it can actually return to its former glory. So I am clipping the roots of these, and doing this is necessary because what it does, it gives the fish beneath more space to swim. Alright, so that's what I'm doing right now. Now I don't have to worry about whether or not too much water is going to be released from the pond, because the pond valve that allows the water to exit the pond, the valve which allows the water to exit the pond, that is positioned at about a few inches, I would say about probably 8 inches from the base of the pond. This is the pond, and so therefore as the water is released, water has been released from up here, and it comes out all the way to here, and then it stops. And if I'm going to be doing 100% water change now, I will take out the stones, take out the plants, take out everything, and then use a container to take out the other water while I inspect it to see if there are any babies inside. But right now I'm not going to be doing that. I just want it to come all the way down, and then I refill it with water. Alright, yeah, so the last few days left for me as far as being at home. Yeah, the roots are, wow, this root is a lot. You notice the snails have congregated on the leaves that are going. They'll consume the leaf. You might ask, why is it that I don't just clip the leaf? I won't do that, because in clipping the leaf I might actually damage the plant. Alright, so these are going okay. Water is not looking all that hot. These are my yellow labs. I think these are my I think it's Jana Kenny. I'm not 100% sure, honestly. So my time you lose track of these things. I'm not gonna fool around. You know, guys, I think I released the wrong pond. Wow, I think I released the wrong pond. I should have released that one. Nevertheless, it should be good. They are not that tiny to go through the valve. They're bigger than this. They wouldn't go through the valve. Right, I released the wrong valve, but they are there. Right. Alright, so the wrong valve was released, so I'm gonna have to now replace this one with water. I did a video on them right before I placed them in, so if you missed that, you can check it out. As I shared with you before, the plant leaf, I never wanted to mess around these, but the roots are very tall. Alright, and tall roots, although it kind of provides a sense of security for the babies, it can also hinder the movement within the pond. And because the pond is not all that big, like the one that you might have at home, I'm gonna have to secure swimming space for them. So I'm here trying to get some of the roots to be cut. As the leaf become detached from the plant, I take them out. Yeah, man. It's kind of good taking water from this space still, because a lot of bioload is here, rotten plants and stuff, right? So I normally keep this covered from I discovered that the plants are being destroyed as a result of the heat, and so I just took off the cover a while ago just to share with you what is happening. Alright, so that's it for now, guys. Have a wonderful day. And because I do not want any, I have 14 Janais in here and they are hiding in the rockwork. Right, because I don't want the frogs to go in and to hide and to, do what they're not supposed to do. That's reproduce in my pond. I keep a mesh over it, taking out some of the sunlight, a little cover over it. This is going to go all the way down to the bottom. Alright, taking out some of the bioload, guys. I don't like to take out the leaf before they actually fall off themselves, because that have the propensity to actually destroy the plant. So the water is coming out, and I'm going to be doing some refilling. I might just go around and check to see if there are any ponds that I have which requires some amount of plants, and actually replace some of the plants I have with some of these. If I don't find any, this is another Elodea Densa situation also. All of this is what I call mosquito fish, right, guys? But you see, the thing with this is that if I leave out some of this plant and I place it somewhere else, I can guarantee that I have 3 or 4 mosquito fish babies in it that is actually going to go in the space wherever I put it. So it's kind of like a technical taking out these plants. Yeah, I'm placing them somewhere else. I normally take them out and just throw them away. Alright, yeah, that's it now. I'm done. Catch you next time. Bye bye. Bye bye. Bye.